I always tell everybody, this is the first day of the rest of your life, but you don't stop learning. If you stop learning, then you need to change your profession because medicine changes on a daily basis. Hi, I'm Kathy Thomas. I am administrative supervisor on the 3 to 11 shift. Many of you do know me because I've worked here for 60 years. Don't look surprised. There are some people who did stay and work with jobs in the same place for 60 odd years in my generation. I think it's a great profession. I mean, funnily, when I was in high school, I didn't want to be a nurse. I wanted to be a vet. But given the fact that I was the youngest of 5 children, my father couldn't afford college back then, so I had the opportunity then to become a nurse. And it's like anything else, God pointed me in a different direction, and I got on the bandwagon and went after it. Nursing has provided for me an excellent career and an excellent life. There have been many changes over the years from, being the person who we used to wrap and package and sterilize and wash and everything, we did everything like that. I don't go back far enough that where we cooked for the patients. When I was in nursing, we had a kitchen. So you didn't have to put up with our cooking, but we took care of almost every need they had while they were here. And then you had to, of course, try and teach them to be able to care for themselves when they go home. When I think back of how I started and what we did and the technology that has surpassed everything. I mean, if I was in 63 now, thinking about where I am here, I think I was on the Starship Enterprise, because it has traveled so far. I was in the nursing school when the nuns ran the nursing school. And my first CEO was a nun of the hospital. And most of the vice president positions were held by nuns when I first started.
I'm Sister Rose Dvorak. I'm a chaplain here at St. Joseph Medical Center. I hope most of you know me by now after 30 years, those of you who have been around. I am the last of the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia that are here. It's interesting to note that when I entered the convent in 1963, there were like 1,400 sisters. And today, there are below 300 sisters in our community. Where I find joy in my work is in being a support to the people. I hope I've made a difference. And I hope that the spirit of St. Francis through our sisters continues even when I'm not here. I think I met Kathy when I first came to St. Joe's. Kathy has held many, many different positions since she has been here too. But the position that I think that I met Kathy in was when she was a house supervisor, and the care that she gave to the nursing staff and support. And then Kathy also was able to help me when we began the bereavement support group. She volunteered to do one of the sessions, and that has been a grace. Kathy is a person that doesn't give up. And how many times has Kathy retired from St. Joseph and has come back? And Kathy is a very caring person, very knowledgeable, and very supportive.
I only do 2 days a week anymore, and that's enough to keep me seeing the people, communicating with people. I looked at different things to volunteer at, do something, I can't sit home and do nothing. My youngest grandchild's 18, so they don't need me anymore. So I figured, okay, as long as the hospital says I'm okay to work, I'm going to work. So I do 2 days a week. And I looked at some of the different things I looked at to volunteer at. They were boring. I'd fall asleep. So that's why I keep going, and I get up and I come in. And to me, it's still an interesting job. And it's still some way for me to continue to learn.